Welcome back to draftingtutorials.com. My name is Casey Kepley, and today's video I wanted to cover a feature in AutoCAD here, actually a couple. One, I wanted to cover layouts from the paperspace, and then I also wanted to cover plotting out your drawings and kind of how you can use that to your advantage, especially when you're dealing with larger drawings. So getting started here, what I have is a project that we did in school, and it consists of multi-view drawings. There's a couple detail drawings in here, an assembly drawing. Anyways, so just to get started and show you what I'm doing here, I'm in the paperspace right now. So if we go to model space, this is where you would draw your drawings, and I've actually got some of these drawings X-referenced. If you're not familiar with X-referencing, don't worry about it. We'll cover that in a later video, but I just wanted to give you an overall broad picture of what's going on here with the layout. So there are some drawings in here that are being X-referenced, but I switched back over here to the layout tab from model space, so you can draw in paperspace as well, just like you can in model space. However, with paperspace, it's more for layouts, and as you can see in here, it's basically just laying out a drawing. So this right here, when I highlight this, that is called a viewport, and I'll shoot another video on viewports as well, so you can get a better understanding of what those are. Basically, it's a window that allows you to see just a specific portion of the drawing from model space. So, for example, I've got it highlighted here, and all you can see is the cabinets, right? Well, let's go back to model space, and that viewport is showing just this piece right here. So again, it's just a viewport, it's just a window that shows you a certain portion of a drawing within model space, and it allows you to set the scales on these as well. This one's set for 3/4 of an inch equals a foot, so that's my scale on this. The others, the other viewports here, those are set to different scales as well. 1/2 inch equals a foot, and this one's 3/8 of an inch equals a foot. That one's 1/4 inch equals a foot. So those are viewports, and this is the layout tab. Now, the reason for using this again is so you can, hold on one second here, we'll adjust that and get back to the regular size there. All I did is double clicked on the scroll of my mouse. So if you ever zoom out of a drawing, just double click on the scroll button on your mouse, and it'll bring it back to its regular view. I just wanted to throw that in there real quick. But the reason for using the layout and why it's such a I think a handy tool when it comes to putting together your drawings is because, again, I'm using a C-size paper on this, okay, and that's 17 inches by 22 inches. And it requires a larger sheet of paper than just, say, a regular letter size paper of 11 by 17 inches. So unless you have a bigger printer and larger sheets of paper to work with, this comes in pretty handy because you can go to plot. So what I did is I right-click down here, and let me just close out and I'll show you again. So you go down here to this tab, whatever tab it is that you want to look at. So for this one, right-click, go to plot, go to continue, plot a single sheet, and this is where you have your plotting settings, so that you can set up your drawing for the way you want it to come out when you print your drawing. Okay, so for here I did the scale. Again, I'll cover all this in later videos in greater detail, but I just wanted to give you a quick broad video that shows you how to how to work with this and some of the options that you can use. So for this one, I did a DWG, which is drawing file, to PDF. I set it at the full bleed, which is the C size paper, 17 by 22 inches. And then I set it to extents, center of the plot. And basically what you can do is you can preview it. And we'll just zoom in here real quick. So when I print this out, this is what this drawing is going to look like. Okay? I've got a table set up in here. We'll cover tables at a later date as well. And I've got a couple images that I brought in. But that's the plot preview and where you can set up your plotting settings. So that's all I have for this video. Stay tuned because I'll be releasing some more videos here soon. And we'll go over a little bit more in detail on layouts. And then I'll cover a video on the plot settings that I just showed you. Probably as well as show you the page setup manager, where you can basically come in and modify the different settings for your plot preview. And I'll just show you real quick. It brings you right back to this again so you can set up your settings for it. But that's all I have for today. You guys have a good day, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.